Don't build a half-built life. 23rd Sunday Homily, Year C. Have you ever seen a building that was started but never finished? Years ago, in a small town in Spain, there was a plan to build the tallest tower in the whole region. The foundation was laid, the walls began to rise, and the whole community was excited. But then the money ran out. The workers left. All that remained was a skeleton of stone and weeds. A monument not to vision, but to failure. Isn't that how so many lives look today? We start strong with big dreams, big promises, even in faith. But without endurance, without commitment, without Christ as our true foundation, we end up with half-built lives. That is exactly what Jesus warns us about in today's gospel. In Luke chapter 14, verses 25 to 33, Jesus is surrounded by large crowds. Many are curious, attracted by his miracles, his words, his presence. But Jesus isn't interested in fans. He wants disciples. So he turns to the crowd and says some of the hardest words in the gospel. Whoever does not carry his cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. And then he gives us two images. A man who wants to build a tower but doesn't first sit down to calculate the cost. A king who goes into battle without first considering whether he can win. Both end in disaster because they didn't plan, they didn't commit, they didn't finish. Jesus is telling us, discipleship is serious. Don't enter lightly. Count the cost. Let us break this down. The tower. In the ancient world, a tower was a sign of security, strength, and legacy. A half-built tower was shameful, a public sign of failure. Jesus is asking, what will your life look like if you stop halfway in following me? The battle. A king who miscalculates goes to war and loses everything. Jesus is reminding us that the Christian life isn't a hobby, it is a battle for our souls, for holiness, against sin, against selfishness. If you underestimate the fight, you will be defeated. The cross. Notice Jesus doesn't say, carry a cross. He says, carry your cross. That means your unique struggles, your particular sacrifices, the daily challenges of faithfulness. He is not calling us to admire his cross from afar, but to embrace our own. In other words, discipleship is not sentimental, it is sacrificial. It is not about sprinkling Jesus into our lives. It is about rebuilding our lives on him entirely. So, what is the lesson here for us? 1. Discipleship costs something. It may cost us our comfort, our pride, our healthy attachments. If your faith has never made you uncomfortable, maybe you haven't carried the cross yet. 2. Discipleship frees you. When Christ comes first, you actually learn to love your family, your work, and even yourself better. When God is the foundation, everything else finds its proper place. 3. Discipleship must be completed. Half-built towers don't inspire anyone. Half-lived faith doesn't change the world. Don't stop halfway. Finish the race. Complete the tower. We all know stories like this. A marriage that began with fireworks but crumbled because there was no commitment. A prayer life that started with passion but faded because of distraction. A faith that shines on Sundays but vanishes on Mondays. Jesus is asking us today, will you finish the Torah? Will you carry the cross? Will you follow me? Not halfway, but all the way? This is urgent. Our world is full of half-built lives, people with great potential, but no perseverance. Jesus doesn't want you to be one of them. This week, I invite you to take this gospel personally. Ask yourself, what am I building my life on? Where am I tempted to quit halfway? What do I need to let go of so that Christ can be my cornerstone? And take one concrete step, just one brick at a time. Pray daily. Forgive someone. Sacrifice a comfort. Serve someone in need. These are the bricks of a finished Torah. These are the steps of carrying your cross. Dear friends, the world is full of abandoned Torahs and half-finished lives. Don't let your life be one of them. Count the cost. Carry the cross. Finish the Torah. Because when Christ is your foundation and your cornerstone, your life will not be half-built. It will be eternal.